And also in this war, one of the most important and crucial aspects is what happens to the 200 hostages who at this moment are in the custody of Hamas. With increased Israeli incursions into the Gaza Strip, their future looks to be in a bit of a limbo. Now remember, Israel has upped its ante in terms of its ground incursions. The Israeli forces have launched their fiercest attack on the ground in Gaza, and the kin of the hostages aren't really happy. They're very worried that their dear ones could actually become easy targets. Now, these are in fact images that have come in from Tel Aviv. The Israelis whose families and friends at this moment are in the custody of Hamas, and they are holding continuous protests in Tel Aviv against the Israeli government. They're demanding for the Netanyahu government to in fact be accountable and be clear and transparent on how it seeks to bring back the hostages.
Leave him here now without negotiation. We want nothing. There are 200 and we must bring him home now before we start everything.
To engage in negotiations, we have to do it now. They say that the only solution is to destroy, to flatten Gaza. They never mentioned the hostages, never.
The families of Israeli hostages are demanding for an immediate government explanation about the fate of the captives. The Israeli forces aren't holding fire, but a sluggish action from the government to rescue the hostages, contrasting its swift progressing of military operations against Gaza, has in fact riled the protesters. Now, according to a poll conducted by an Israeli newspaper, nearly about 49% of the Israelis simply do not want the nation to go ahead with this ground offensive. And as per the poll, 29% of the Israelis have agreed, while 22% were indecisive.
I'm waiting for him every day. I'm praying to God to bring him and everybody home. Israel is now in trauma, big trauma, but it's not about Israel and Palestinian, it's about the world. It's about the future of the world. Everybody have to look in our eyes and see the pain. In a few days, it can be everywhere because Hamas is ISIS, and now they are in Israel, but then they can be everywhere. Please let the world be better. Help us bring them down, bring them back to Israel, to their families. Bring my honor back, please.
My aunt Margit and her husband Yossi, my cousin Shiri and her husband Yarden, and the two little kids. Ariel is only 4 years old, and Kfir is 9 months old. He's now almost 10 months old because he's a month in captivity. Unfortunately, last Friday, 2 weeks after they've been kidnapped, the IDF found the bodies of Margit and Yossi that had been executed by the border in Gaza, and they've been thrown away like animals by the side of the way.
So far, through Qatari and Egypt's mediation, 4 hostages have been released. 2 U.S. nationals, a mother and daughter, were the very first ones to be released. And a few weeks back, the militant group had released 2 elderly women. Now, the women and their husbands were taken hostage in the attack on their kibbutz. The husbands, however, still remain in Hamas's captivity. In a statement given by the Russian authorities on Moscow's request, Hamas is in fact trying to locate 8 Russian-Israeli dual citizens so that it can free them. Israel has said that more than half of the hostages are being held by Hamas are foreign nationals from 25 different nations, and many are believed to have dual Israeli nationality. The hostages are believed to be hidden in the Gaza Strip, possibly in tunnels that are present underneath the ground. But the IDF is bombing these tunnels. Now, as tensions continue to rise, the safety of these hostages is clearly in question, and Hamas has already said that dozens of hostages who were in their custody have been killed by this relentless bombardment that Israel is carrying out. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.